Right guys, welcome back to Trials Fusion. So today I'm going to be giving you some tips to improve your score, get a better run and possibly get yourselves a few more platinum medals. But first I want to thank you all for the growth on the channel. We've got to our second milestone, 250 subscribers. We actually reached 250 yesterday. I'm not only thanking you for pressing that subscribe button, but also for the support on the videos I create and also for the positive feedback you guys give me. All the comments and stuff you leave on the videos gives me a ton of motivation to bring more and also a lot of confidence. If you look at my first videos, I had no confidence at all and I sounded depressed. Anyway guys, on to the tips. I had a look at my stats earlier on the game and I played the game for just under 3 days. I've literally just got 100% completion and I'm ranked 1702 in the world for single player, which leads us to tip number 1, never give up. I've spent so many hours on single player. I've started tracks around 8,000 times and I've reset to a checkpoint just over double that, and I've only started up the game 74 times. I've probably spent about 6 hours on one track, maybe more, and the track that took me the longest to complete was actually a skill game in the Experts Club event called Hard Wheeling. If you've watched some of my user created tracks, you'll see that I quite often mention how bad I am at wheelies and endos, but I sat there for hours and hours and hours to get that platinum medal, and I actually got 8 meters away from the platinum after a few attempts. But then it took a hell of a long time actually getting the platinum medal. I managed to complete Inferno 4 with only 31 mistakes, which is awesome considering it was only recently I'd done it with 97 mistakes I think. Which leads us to tip number 2. Get used to the bike you're using. So you like to use the Roach but you're playing a track that only allows the Pit Viper. Play some other tracks that you've already completed and get used to using the bike you need for that certain track. This can be very important because some tracks only allow you to use a certain bike, so mix and match every now and then and get used to the other bikes in the game. Don't be scared of maybe not doing so well with one bike, because if you want to rank higher on the leaderboards you will need to use different bikes from time to time. The most used bike for the beginner, easy and medium tracks is the Roach, and the most used for the hard and extreme tracks is the Pit Viper because of the way the bikes are used. The Roach is an all-round sturdy bike, but the Pit Viper has better leaning and has the ability to do things that the Roach can't. And also each track is made differently to suit a certain bike. Right guys, tip number 3 is leaning and landing. So for leaning, you just want to make sure that you're actually leaning the bike when going over jumps and stuff, because I see so many people thinking that the bike's probably going to balance itself out. When it doesn't, you need to do it with your left analog stick. You need to lean the bike so that it lands properly. And landing, make sure that you always land every single jump you can on your back wheel, as this will give you a little bit of momentum and increase your speed off the ramp to give you that extra bit of time cut off your run. And also guys, when you're crossing the finish line, make sure that you lean forward, as it will give you a little bit of momentum and push you through the finish line, just to knock that tiny little bit off the time as well. So the final tip we're going to be talking about guys is using the leaderboards to your advantage. So if you go to the leaderboards, you have 3 sections. You have friends, which shows you where you rank against your friends. You have my score, which shows you who in the world ranks close to you. And you have overall, which shows you the stats for every single player that has completed the track. So the way it can be used to your advantage is if you head to the overall section of the leaderboards, press the Y button on your controller if you're using Xbox to watch the replay of the person that is first in the world, and just watch their run a few times. Then try to memorize it and check your replay to see the places they were quicker at. After you've found out the bits you need to improve at, then head into the track and give it a go. Make sure you use the same bike as them. I've watched a few replays of people using the Roach and then I've tried it with the Pit Viper thinking that the bike's quicker, and because the way the track's made, it didn't work out at all. You won't be able to exact their run, but give it your best shot and remember to not give up. Using the leaderboards and watching the best players' runs has helped me out so much in the game, and they're actually the main reason I have a platinum medal on every single beginner, easy, medium and hard track, and a gold on every single extreme track. If it wasn't for the hard wheeling replay, I would have continued using the Pit Viper and got absolutely nowhere, as using the Roach was a lot easier for me, and that is the bike I completed the track with. Right guys, that is the end of this video. I hope these tips helped you improve your runs, although they might have been obvious to a few of you and some of you might already use them. But if they did help you, then leaving a like on the video is always appreciated. Leave your comments if you have any questions, and also if you're new to the channel then subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching.